Masterclass. And if you're on here, if you're a speaker, you're in the right place, because I'm going to teach you today how to increase your revenue and exposure as a speaker using Livestream. It's something I've done. It's something I've taught other people to do. And so I'm super excited to be teaching you that today as well. So who is this for? This is for motivational speakers, transformational speakers, spiritual speakers, educational speakers, and virtually anyone who wants to change the world from the stage. And so if that sounds like you, you're definitely in the right place. So where are you now? Let's talk about that. If you're here, you're probably here because you're frustrated by the limited number of speaking engagements that you've been getting. You're tired of bringing down the house, being a powerful speaker, being a motivational, transformational speaker, and only being paid a very little. You're probably sick of wasting your time traveling back and forth from event to event. And you may even be fed up with the limited number of back of the quote unquote back of the room sales that you're receiving. And you may be exhausted from working so hard to build a brand. And so if you're here, the big question is, would you like to? First and foremost, have your choice of high profile speaking engagements. Be known as an authority speaker in your field. You can chime in and type in yes at any time that I hit that bullet point that resonates with you. Be able to command high fees for speaking engagements. Be able to choose when and where you travel. Enjoy back of the room type sales daily without leaving your house. And last but not least, build a brand with a loyal following much faster than you are right now. So if that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. So just real quick, because I don't think this is about me, but I do want you to know who I am and where I come from so that it can help you make better decisions as we continue with this masterclass. So my name is Danielle Patterson Winningham. I'm a former JP Morgan Chase vice president, and that's really where I got my start as a speaker and as a motivational speaker. As a sales coach at Chase, I coached a team of close to 1,000 sales agents. So you can imagine the level of motivation and type of motivation that it took to get them going each and every day. And so I honed my speaking skills through sales workshops and through rah-rah sessions with that team that led them to be the #1 sales team in the world for multiple years in a row. And so that's kind of how I got started as a motivational speaker. I'm also a master life coach and a master business coach. And just so you know, I've had over 1,000 speaking engagements, some paid, some not, mostly paid, but some not, as an entrepreneur, in over 2,000 live stream videos. So that's just to let you know a little bit about me. So I'm no stranger to either taking the stage or being in front of a camera on live stream. But my story, I mean, that's who I am. But my story is more important because I used to be a lot like you. I was working full time to pay the bills. I was taking any speaking engagement that came my way because that's what the experts told me I should do. You know, if you want exposure, sometimes you got to speak for free. And so I did that. I was spending a lot of my own money to travel and speak at events, again, for that holy grail of exposure that people taught us was also important. I was at the airport so much, security knew me, like literally knew me, because that's how much I was flying back and forth to speaking engagements. Having hit or miss success with back of the room sales. I hear so many speakers talk about, you know, I did a speaking engagement and I made X number of dollars with back of the room sales. By the time I started being a full-time entrepreneur, a lot of that had changed. And, you know, overall, I was just frustrated that it seemed that I would never be able to accomplish my dreams of being an international speaker, and not just somebody who could fly to Europe and speak, but someone who was requested to fly overseas and speak. That's my definition of an international speaker. And then came Livestream. Oh, and it was as if the heavens opened up. And this is not just my story. This could be your story too. And I'm going to tell you why. Not only could it be your story, but it should be your story. So my speaking career before Livestream, I went to endless networking events in an attempt to get speaking engagements, countless dollars spent on speaker bureaus to get leads to speaking events, thousands spent on conferences and workshop to, become this highly sought after speaker. And, doing over 100 and sometimes even over 150 speaking engagements a year. And as much as I love to speak, it does get tiring. And in all of that, still only having clients inconsistently and really only generating 100K as a year as a speaker. And I say only because that is relevant. I worked very, very hard for that 100K. And so to only make 100K working as hard as I was making with over 100 speaking engagements, that tells you that not only my pricing wasn't right, but my model wasn't right. And so along comes this thing called Livestream. And my speaking career after Livestream is so different because I get more time with my family due to the limited number of networking events. I really only attend events now that I'm going to be speaking at and on occasional personal development event, but I'm not out there attending event after event trying to get leads. I get endless leads now at the push of a button. I get endless leads now at the push of a button, which to me is amazing. I'm making money hosting workshops instead of spending money to attend workshops. And now I build my own platform. I host my own sold out in-person and live stream events. I've generated over 7 figures in a little over 12 months, and I've built an internationally known, award-winning brand with loyal followers. But if you're sitting there, I know you're like, Bud, Coach, I have concerns. So let's talk about it. Which one of these, and I want you to identify one or two of these next items that's preventing you from going live. Number one, I'm afraid. I don't have enough content to go live daily. What would I talk about? What would people say? How can I keep from teaching for free if I'm going live every day? Well, what if I don't even have a business? Well, who would want to come watch me? And I would want to go live, but don't I have to be dressed up? So let's talk about the first one. I'm afraid. I was too. I was very afraid of live stream. I was very afraid of video. I made a ton of excuses for not leveraging video to build my brand. And finally it came down to, what do you want? Do you want to live in fear, or do you want to build a world-class brand? And so these things, this is where you take leaps. You don't take leaps to leave your job if you can't replace the income. But you do take leaps to do things that you've never done before, to have something that you've never had. And so I took the leap. And I was afraid, but I did it anyway. And one of the things that I learned is that this would have been so much easier if I had somebody to take the leap with me. So as I started to teach live stream courses, and I've taught over 500 entrepreneurs how to use live stream in their business, and that number grows every day. I said, if we do it as a community, if you have the support of a community and the support of like-minded individuals, it doesn't exonerate you from the fear. but it does lessen it because you got your rah-rah cheerleaders. So that's one of the first things we do in my course, Livestream Lifestyle, is we put you in a community of individuals who are going to support this journey and who are going to help you do it afraid. I don't have enough content. You know, everybody struggles with content, but I can tell you a couple things. Not only did I struggle with content myself, but the way social media, not just live stream, but the way social media is growing. Social media has become a content monster. And so if you don't know how to create content, you're not just going to struggle on live stream. You're going to struggle in the social media hemisphere, period. So one of the things we definitely teach you how to do is to develop content. And in my years of live streaming, I've developed different formulas that are going to make you a master content creator. And again, this won't just help you on live stream with Facebook and Instagram using ephemeral content. And what that is content that disappears. When you're dealing with situations where you can post a story today on Snapchat, but it's gone tomorrow, and you're in this cycle where you're always creating content. This is a lesson that won't just serve you on live stream. It's a lesson that you're going to have if you want to be successful in any level of social media going forward. What would I talk about? I am always perplexed at the number of people who go live and talk about everything but their business. But live stream is going to show you how to make your business the core of every broadcast without being salesy. I can ask you right now, how many of you like to sell? 99% of you are going to say, I don't like it. And so the way we teach you in Livestream Lifestyle, we're going to teach you not only how to go live and talk about your business, but you're not going to seem like that salesman at the corner lot that's just trying to get somebody to buy a car. Far from it. What would people say? Now, wait a minute. We got to have a real moment right here. Can we have a real moment? Can we really get real? You know, live stream helps you get in front of the people who are interested in you and your business. Not just the people that are around you by default. But keep in mind, every time I go live, anybody in my broadcast came to me willingly. That kind of shifts the tide a little bit. As business owners, we've been chasing people more than people have chased us. But from a live stream perspective, when you go live, and we're going to teach you how to title the broadcast and how to promote your broadcast so that when you go live, people do come. But it's gonna grow your exposure so you're not just around the same 100 people that you're always around. Your brand is gonna grow day over day. And then the real part about that, you know, people are gonna talk about you regardless, right? So I'd rather you talk about me all the way to the bank than talk about me and me over here broke and struggling. And that's the difference. People are going to talk. Everybody's not going to always be positive. You're going to get some people in your broadcast that may be difficult, but that's why they created the block button. It's easy to block them and bless them. And you keep doing what you need to do to get your business in front of the people who need you and are going to appreciate you. How can I keep from teaching for free? There's a super thin line between great content and content that's too great. And content that's too great, it's not going to encourage people to sign up for your course. If you're a fitness instructor and you're going live doing workouts, well, I need to come behind the scenes and sign up for a workshop with you. You're going live exercising. Let me just exercise with you. And that is the mistake that I see so many entrepreneurs make, is instead of investing in the right way to go live, so that you fill your workshops and you fill your classes and you create your own speaking platform and you generate revenue. You just go out there and you start blowing hard, and it's wrong. And it's so much more expensive and difficult to correct it once you've started building a community the wrong way than it is for you to make an investment and get it right the first time around. If you overteach, people will never buy your product or service. If you overteach, people will never respect you as an expert. If you overteach, you may as well keep doing the business the same way you're doing business now, because you're not going to earn revenue. Very thin line between great content and overteaching. What if I don't have a business? You know, you have something, whether it's an idea, a cause, a passion, something in your community that you're passionate about and you want to see changed in the world. Why not start here with gathering those like-minded individuals with you so that you can go on this journey to fulfill your personal legend? There's a book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. One of my favorite books, and Oprah says it's one of her favorite books too. And in that book, they talk about how it's your responsibility to go on a mission to find your purpose. And that's what they call your personal legend. So why not start here? Why not start at a point where you have access to virtually anyone in the world that can have similar thoughts and similar ideas that can help you build upon your ideas for your personal legend or for your purpose? Who would want to come and watch me? I used to say the same thing. I used to say the same exact thing, like, who would want to come and watch me? And I went live during the Grammys and had over 6,000 views. I went live during the Super Bowl last year, had close to 10,000 views. It's not about who would want to come and watch you. There's so many people on the planet that you have something that somebody needs. It's so many people on the planet that it's only a matter of using the right strategy and the right words to find the right people who need your help right now. And you guessed it. Livestream Lifestyle is going to teach you that. But don't I have to get my hair and my makeup done? No. Once you learn the true culture of live stream, you're going to understand that the people don't, Maya Angelou says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And on live stream, people don't care as much how you look as much as, can you solve my problem? Again, remember, they're coming looking for you. So we're going to help you learn how to create community and make people feel important. And once you do that, they're going to care a lot less about what you look and more so about your area of expertise. Because just be honest, in order to be consistent on live stream, it's impossible for you to get your hair and I have a makeup artist that comes to my house and I still don't get my makeup done every day. It's close to impossible. So this is not a popularity contest. It's not a beauty pageant. This is your mission, your dreams, your voice as a speaker being put on display using an app that a lot of people have access to. And if that's not enough for you, if those reasons are not enough for you, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So I'm just going to give you some of my personal successes from live stream. And if any of you are out there saying, well, yeah, you made it, but that doesn't mean anything for me, I'm going to tell you what the experts say about the future of live stream. So first, it exploded my email list 4 times of what it was before I started live streaming. What is that? That's residual income. That's community. It exploded my client list from hundreds of clients a year to tens of thousands of clients that buy my products each year, books and workshops, classes and courses. It's helped me receive access to multiple high-profile and high-paying speaking engagements. I've received multiple invites to speak for pay internationally, both virtually and in person. Livestream exploded my social media following by an additional 100,000 followers. Before I started Livestream, I was great on Facebook. I'm still a master of Facebook, and I had about 50,000 followers in different groups and on different pages. But once I went to Livestream, it's like new people come every day and they stay. And if you want to be an expert, you want to be a household name, you want to be that speaker that everybody wants to hear speak in your field, then Livestream is definitely the way. It helped me create my own speaking platform. And I've sold out several live events with over 100 live attendees and over 200 live stream attendees each time. I've hosted over 20 sold out courses, ranging anywhere from $25,000 to the highest $135,000 for a course. And I've hosted over 40 sold out workshops, ranging in number from 100 to 250 attendees. Guys, I haven't changed anything about me. In all of these years of being an entrepreneur, I haven't changed anything. The one thing I changed was the tool that I used. And Livestream gives you such access to so many more leads than anything else you could possibly ever imagine. It makes numbers like these possible, and not just for me, but for you. And last but not least, the sheer revenue alone that I've generated, well over $1 million on Livestream, it's crazy to me. And my question to you is, how can you say no to that? And the answer is, you really can't. So I want you to answer real quick, yes or no in the chat. Do you want to expand your mailing list, which increases your residual income? Yes or no in the chat. I want you to answer. Do you want to earn more money? Yes or no? Do you want to grow a bigger brand? Yes or no? Do you want to get access to more speaking engagements and more paid speaking engagements? Yes or no? Have you said I had it with those event organizers and flying all over the world? Do you want to build your own speaking platform? Yes, no. Do you want to grow your client list? The people that reach in their pockets, reach in their purses, and buy items from you day in and day out. Do you want to grow that list? And do you want to grow your social media with paid followers? Not just followers. There's a difference. Whole bunch of people out there got followers. Everybody doesn't have paid followers. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. So if your answer was yes to all of that, then how can you say no to Livestream? But I'm not done. This doesn't just work for speakers. I've helped speakers, business coaches, life coaches, relationship coaches, daycare owners, cake bakers, caterers, delivery services, real estate agents, cleaning services, you name the business. And I have helped them come up with an independent strategy to grow their business on Livestream. Doesn't matter what the business has been. I've yet to be stumped about how a business can grow their brand and their following and their revenue online. And if you're still not convinced, what if I told you Livestream was the future? We always say hindsight is 20/20, right? And regret is something that we want to minimize in our life. If you were to think right now, what is something that you shoulda, woulda, coulda did in your past and you failed to do, and you regretted it. Tell you a funny story about regret. One of my favorite people, Mark Zuckerberg, regardless of how you feel about him, I think he's super creative. That original meeting that he had to talk about Facebook, he invited 5 people. The meeting ended up only being himself and 2 others. How do you think that the 2 people that didn't show up for that meeting, how do you think they feel right now? Those other 3 have gone on to not only make history, but to become billionaires. And not only to become billionaires, when Mark Zuckerberg had his first baby, he donated billions of dollars in her name. That's the type of legacy that we all want to leave. That's the type of generational wealth that we all want to build. And so if somebody told you, look, here's an opportunity for you to do that, what would make you say no? And I'm going to tell you personally, nothing would make me say no. But let's see what the expert said. You don't have to hear it from me. And one thing I encourage you, don't just take my quotes. Don't just take what I say here. I want you to go out to your Uncle Google, and I want you to research where Livestream is going in the next year to 3 years. I want you to research social media trends. I want you to understand what you're saying no to. Because a lot of the experts say that live stream is not the future. It's now. Forbes said YouTube no longer holds the monopoly when it comes to video and creators. Forbes also said live streaming appears to be the new frontier. Forbes also said digital influence has never been more profound. Business.com said live streaming is a surefire way to generate revenue and strengthen your hold on social media users. Everyone from Mark Zuckerberg to Al Roker, Adweek to Information Age, and those are all major technology magazines and social media magazines, they're all saying the same thing. Get on the live stream bus and get on there now. And for those of you who are analytical, 81% of internet and mobile audiences watched more live video in 2016 than in 2015. 81%. Breaking news makes up 56% of the most watched live content, with conferences and speakers, with conferences and speakers tied with concerts and festivals in second place at 43. You said you want to be a what? A speaker. So who's the number 2? So you got the news. The news is going to always be there. But the number 2 category is speakers. Live video is more appealing to brand audiences. 80%. 80% would rather watch a live video from a brand than read a blog. 82% would rather watch a live video from a brand versus read a post on social media. So now your clients are saying, we'd rather see you on live stream. 67% of live video viewers are more likely to buy a ticket to a concert or event after watching a live video of that event or a similar one. So now you're increasing your ability to build your own platform. And guess what? And some more. Behind the scenes access is a huge draw for 87% of audiences who would prefer to watch online versus traditional television if it meant more behind the scenes content. Everybody's turning to online. They're getting away from the tube and they're coming to the internet. 45% of live audiences would pay for live, exclusive, on-demand video from a favorite team, speaker, or what are you? Oh, you're a speaker? So 45% of live audiences would pay for a live event from you. So now you don't need a contract. You don't need an event organizer. You got audiences that will pay you directly, just like they pay me directly. 78% of online audiences are already watching video on Facebook Live. And guess what? They're spending more time watching live videos than they are those canned videos that people put on YouTube. And let me show you. Average time spent for video on mobile is 2.8 minutes for video on demand, 3.5 for live stream. Oh, you say, well, that's not a lot. It's almost a whole minute. And that gap is only going to continue to grow. Look at some of these other devices. Average time spent on video on mobile, average time spent on video on tablets, 7.1 minutes for live streaming versus 4.1 for video on demand. Almost double. Wait till you get to the desktop. Average time spent for video on desktop, 34 minutes for live streaming versus 2.6 minutes for video on demand. And according to Tubular Insights, viewers spend 8 times longer with live video than on demand. 5.1 minutes for on demand versus 42 minutes for live video content. And as brands continue to compete for eyeballs, live stream is going to be the difference. Mark Zuckerberg already told you the algorithms for posts are changing. He said that. So if you're not in the live stream ball game, if you're not in the live stream ballpark, what are you going to do? Where are you going to get your clients? Are you even close to convinced that your brand needs live stream? I want you to type in yes or no. So you've heard my experience, you've heard my story, you've heard from experts. You can even go to my website and see testimonies from some of my clients. You've heard from industry leaders on where live stream is going. What would make you not get the education that you need to build a live stream brand? So let's talk about why the time is now. Be the first. Be the first. Be the first in the live stream industry in your category, which to customers sometimes means the best. I often tell a story from the book 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing by Al Ries and Jack Trout. And they talked about Pizza Hut versus Domino's. And Pizza Hut was first, the first national pizza delivery chain. So when Domino's came, they couldn't compete under the auspice of we're the first, because Pizza Hut already had that. They had to come up with another angle, which we're the fastest. But outside of 1 and 2, really what else is there? So if you want to have the opportunity to take over in your lane, live stream is totally different than the stars on YouTube. And look at the first people who are on YouTube. They're celebrities now. The people that got out there on YouTube first and really stuck by it, they getting cooking shows and they have books out, and some of them are household names. And live stream is going to take that same trend that YouTube took, because people would rather see you live and fumbling than they would to see some canned production. And that's just the truth. Only 10% of all people subscribe to live stream actually go live consistently. So again, you got an open market, almost slim to zero competition. You get an international reach. I've had clients in my courses from Europe and the Netherlands and you name it. And it's free for now. I'm going to repeat that just in case you didn't catch it. It's free for now. So don't be one of those people who missed the free boat. You could have built your brand, and now that you're all gung-ho, there's a fee attached. And again, if you're out there saying, I want a bigger brand, I want to be an industry leader, I want to be a brand boss, I want to be a household name, I want to build my own speaking platform, I want to get paid for motivating and encouraging and training and teaching and empowering people, this is what you've been wanting. And in fact, it's what you've been needing. So I want to ask, how many of you are ready to do whatever it takes to take your brand to the next level? Because that's what makes champions. And when I started the year off, I said, you know what? I want to create champions. I want to work with those people who are gung-ho, who believe that they can make it, who are convinced that the next level is their birthright, and who want to do whatever it takes. No excuses. No excuses. No, I'm not ready. No, I'm not afraid. But let me in, coach. I can play. Who are you? How many of you? And just type in the chat, me, if you're ready to do whatever it takes to take your brand to the next level. So warning, don't try this at home. I gotta say this because as long as I've been doing this, and keep in mind, I am by far, the trainer with the most VIP live streaming clients out there. I've trained over 500 people live stream. I have clients that are bronze, live streamers, silver, gold. I have more clients who are live streaming. There are people who have taught live stream. Their clients not out there every day. So in other words, my program, it gets results. But let me give you a warning, because some of you may be saying, why do I need you to teach me? And to that, I'm going to answer, go live tomorrow and keep going live. Come tell me in about a month how much money you've made and how much success you've made by yourself. See, along with the community that you're going to receive, that's going to give you that support to get you outside of your comfort zone. You're also going to get training on how to convert your live stream to cash. And you can, there's very few people who can even compare to the thousands of hours of live streaming experience that I have. Very few people on the planet. And you get a major jump start on making the mistakes that most people make, even me. When you jump out there without training, you're going to make some mistakes. So why not avoid some of those mistakes if possible and get to a place where you're earning revenue faster? And you know, one of the things that always puzzles me about people making an investment in their business is that this business training is tax deductible. My business trainings, they're tax deductible. When I improve my infrastructure, it's tax deductible. The website, business cards, all of that is tax deductible. So what would make you not invest in the business that you want to leave to your children, the business that's supposed to feed your family, the business that you want to be your legacy, the business that you expect to create generational wealth for you? What would make you not make a tax deductible investment if this is really your business? And so let me talk about the investments that you have the opportunity to make. And I'm not going to belabor this because, to be very honest with you, you either want to come on board or you don't. And so this to me is the easy part, determining which level in which you come on board. Now, for any of you who have been in business for any amount of time, you know the most difficult part of getting up and running in your business is the infrastructure. So for an investment of $12,500, we will build that for you in its entirety, your website built, getting your email funnel set up, working with you to create products and services that complement your brand, giving you your brand a world-class look and feel so that when you go on Livestream, you don't look like you just started yesterday. And trust and believe, the more the people trust you, the more people are willing to pay you. And we're going to give you a world-class education in how to market like the masters. But we're going to do all of the setup for you. You give us the vision, and we're going to bring the vision to life. We're going to do it quickly. In the time that it takes the average person to nickel and dime and put all of this together, it takes them a year and hours of not being able to focus on their client. For those of you who want to focus full time on building your brand without this worry, we can do it for you. And it includes so many perks and bonuses. You won't have to pay for coaching from me for over a year. You're going to get retreats from me that you don't have to pay for. And you're going to get the unique opportunity to launch your brand at my conference. It's a win. You get your stuff built for you. No guessing games. It's a win. You get coaching from me for an entire year. It's a win. You get to come to at least 2 profit planning retreats because we're going to keep you on task to make the money. And it's a win because you get the unique opportunity to launch your brand at my conference in front of tons of eyes, up to and including the conference. And so for those of you that say, well, Coach, I'm not quite at that level yet. I understand, that's great. But you need a little more help than the basic. For an investment of $3,000, for those of you who only have speaking as part of your revenue stream, you may want to get this opportunity to get access to what we call the money scale. And the money scale is a profit planning retreat. It's held in different locations all over the country. And this retreat is going to help you add products to your product line, which is going to add money to your bottom line, have a profit plan, which will hold you accountable on how to create your money, and provide you with a plan for residual revenue. In addition to that, you will get our Livestream lifestyle course, which is $1,000 by itself. And to me, $1,000 is a small investment to make in order to build your list, get more speaking engagements, build your own speaking platform, be a brand. We teach it all to you: the marketing, the social media, the branding, the content creation, the community building, the cash portion, the cash generation. So to me, that's a small investment to make. And if you don't know which plan is right for you, head over to bit.ly/SM call with coach. Now, there are some prerequisites for this call. This social media strategy is for the express purpose of helping you decide how to get started now. I'm being honest, guys. It's not a budgeting session. It's not a session where you get on the phone and you say, hey, I love your spirit, I love your personality, I love your Facebook Lives. I can't afford you right now, but I'll be there. I'll be there soon. You don't get on the phone and say, when's your next class? I want committed individuals who want to know, Coach, is the $12,000 class, the $3,000 class, or the $1,000 class right for me? This is not a sales session. I'm not going to be on the phone trying to twist your arm and bend your legs for you to do what I've already showed you that the expert said you should be doing, based on my history you should be doing, based on your own frustration and just being tired of your current situation, based on what you should be doing. If you schedule this call, I need to know that you're ready, and I will personally help you select the best plan for you. But again, it's one of those things that I'm looking for the committed. I'm looking for people who are ready to go. So classes are starting soon. We built our entire 2018 course calendar to accommodate you. We have live stream lifestyle courses that are going to be starting continuously each month. So you never have to worry about being left, but not by us. But the industry might leave you because your brand is saying now. And you may want to help your brand make the now decision before the industry leaves you. And everybody's on live stream. And now you're jockeying for position instead of being the one of few people alive. So classes meet every Friday from 7 p.m. Central Standard Time and until all the questions are answered. And again, if you're ready, you know this is for you. You don't need to hear another thing else. You like, Coach, I'll see you in class. Go to www.livestreamlifestyle.com. If you're ready, there's no need for further conversation. I was telling my guys at conference, my clients at conference in December, that millionaires are decisive. Millionaires don't need to talk to 1,000 people. Millionaires don't need to come up with 1,000 reasons. And that if you're a millionaire in the making, you're going to do some things that are decisive. You're going to make some moves and do some action, create some action in 2018 that's going to change your life. So if you want this year to look a whole lot different than next year, go to livestreamlifestyle.com and register today so that you can be on top as opposed to being on the bottom. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and open it up for questions. Oh, great. We have an alumni. Lanita said, I was in a live stream university last year. It's time for me to execute. Absolutely. Someone said, would you recommend LinkedIn as your primary platform for recruiting and staffing agency? So let me be brutally honest. Recently, me and my team made very heavy investments in both LinkedIn and both Facebook. And the investments that we've made in Facebook have proven to be more favorable than the investments that we made in LinkedIn. I always thought of LinkedIn as this place where I needed to spend more time and I was going to get higher quality referrals and higher quality individuals. And that has not proven to be the case. And we've spent a great deal of time and a great deal of money in that space just to say that, no, we were in the right lane with Facebook all along. Yeah. Questions? Let me go back to that link in case you guys need it. The link to talk to me again is bit.ly/SM, as in social media, call with coach. bit.ly/SM, call with coach. Yep, we have classes starting each month. You know, again, you don't have to worry about us leaving you behind. You got to worry about the industry leaving you behind. At some point when there's something that you are ready to do, you have to do whatever it takes to get you to that place where you can participate. Any last questions? Guys, let me tell you something. Just remember, I told you so. Just remember that I told you so. When the rubber hits the road and you think about all of the opportunity that you've passed over in your life, all of the times where you could have had faith and stretched and made it happen, but you didn't. You turned it down because you said, I couldn't afford it, instead of going out and making that thing happen. I want you to think about all the times that led you up to right now. And I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to pray about it. Do you really want to miss this train leaving the station? I've told you where the train is going. Experts have told you where the train is going. Founders of the platform have told you where the train is going. There are other individuals that were on my live stream the other day that stream live, other influencers. They told you where the train is going for them. Are you really in a position to keep missing this train? I'm not sure if I understand the question. Demetrius, are your credentials looked upon? Whatever you do, you have to be qualified. But again, live stream qualifies you. You can't go live all day, every day, and not know what you're talking about. Most people don't even ask me about my credentials, because if you listen to me for just a few moments, it's going to become crystal clear to you that I'm rock solid in what I do, that I know exactly what I'm doing. And so live stream vets you in a way that other social media channels don't. You know, a lot of people, can look and say, okay, that person knows what they're talking about. And so that's what live stream does. Live stream lets folks know that you know what you're talking about. How do I help speakers get gigs that are paid? Dr. Richard Tony asked. Live stream does it for you. Let me tell you something. When people see you talking on live stream, as long as you have the tools you need, because Dr. Richard, I know you go live already, but what you don't have is the community that supports you to get you beyond the people that watch you now. So once you grow your brand on live stream, again, the same way clients come to you, individuals are going to come to you. And then I have a series of courses inside Livestream University that will help you if you don't have a strategy for getting paid gigs. But the bottom line is, Livestream will put you in front of conference presenters, event organizers, other influencers, and you will be that person that they inbox and say, hey, I got a check for X number of dollars. I got X number of dollars worth of travel. Can you show up? And now, to be brutally honest with you, because I generate so much money on live stream, sometimes it's like, what the what? Why would I fly to East Holcomb Putt, right? And I can make that money right here on my couch. That's why this class is called Live Stream Lifestyle, because my lifestyle is totally different, versus before. And you got to ask yourself, is this the lifestyle that I want? Or do I want to keep beating myself over the head to get clients? And for some of you that see this broadcast, you've been watching me too long not to sign up. Some of you may be brand new. This may be the first day that you've laid eyes on me. And that's okay. Because if you're convicted about what I've shown you and you go do your own homework, you're going to realize you need to sign up. But some of you, I'm looking at some of the names. You followed me too long to still be where you are. You've watched my star literally shoot across the sky. You've watched my brand literally blow up right before your eyes. My only question to you is, when are you going to get some? When are you going to stop sitting on the sidelines, sitting in the stand, eating popcorn and nachos and drinking Cokes? When are you going to come to the field and play? And to be honest with you, it's time for all of us to play on a bigger scale. Any last questions? Yeah, no, Coach, love you, and thank you so much for participating in this broadcast. I'm super excited to see who sets up their call. Do it now. Don't allow procrastination to continue to rob you. I'm excited to see who signs up. Do it now. Do it now. It's an amazing opportunity to go on an amazing journey with some amazing people just like yourself. So don't sell yourself short. Give yourself the opportunity of a lifetime. And one last thing, because it's one of my favorite sayings, is that you've got to take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime within the lifetime of that opportunity. Don't worry about the next class. Let this class be the class for you.